Welcome to my YouTube channel, DnyanaPrerana English Coaching Classes. Today I am here having another video which is important for basic grammar of English, which is uses of helping verbs. So let's see what are the uses of helping verbs. Uses of helping verbs. The basic grammar chapter is that uses of helping verb with which pronoun or noun we can use the helping verb. Now I am explaining you uses of do's, do and does. Uses of do, does. We can use do with I. We can use do with you. We can use does with he. We can use does with she. We can use does with it. We can use do with we. We can use do with you. Naming word, singular. We can use does. Naming word, plural. We can use do. Once again I am explaining you here uses of do and does. Do with I, do with you, do does with he, does with she, does with it, do with we, do with you, does with naming word singular and do naming word with plural. So here they with do with they. So these are the uses of helping verb of do and does. For example, the man. This is the naming word, so we can use does. People. Here we can use do. Why? Because the man is the naming word, it is in singular form, so that we use does. People is naming word and it is in plural form, so we can use do. I think it is clear to you what are the uses of do. Now uses of am, is and are. Uses of am, is, are. Am uses with I, are uses with you, is uses with he, is uses with she, is uses with it. Are uses with we, are uses with they. Naming word in singular form we use is. Naming word In plural form, we use are. Example, grass. With grass, we can use helping verb is. Grass is the naming word and it is in singular form. That's why we can use is with naming word which is in singular form. Children are. Children is naming word but it is in plural form. That's why we can use here are. So once again I am explaining you here. Uses of am is are. Am is only with I. Are is with you. He is with he. Is with she. Is with it. Are is with we. Are with they. Is with naming words in singular form. Are with naming word in plural form. For example here grass. Naming word it is in singular form, that's why is. Children is naming word, it is in plural form, that's why here are we can use. Studying about the uses of have has. Uses of have has. Have has. I have. You have. He has. She has. It has. We have. They have. Naming word singular, we use has. Naming word plural, we use have. Raman has. Faces have. So here we are learning about uses of have has. I have, you have, he has, she has, it has, we have, they have. Naming words in singular form has. Naming word in plural form have. Here is an example. Raman is naming word, it is in singular form, that's why here has. And faces, naming word and it is in plural form, that's why here have. Now we are going to study about the uses of was and were. Was, were. I was, you were, he was, she was, it was. We were, they were. Naming word in singular form was. Naming word which is in plural form we use were. Was and were. Uses of was and were. We can use was with I, were with you, was with he, was with she, was with it, were with we, were with they, and was with naming word which is in singular form, were with naming word which is in plural form. For example of naming word of singular and naming word of plural. Room was, sheep were. Example of naming word singular means room was. Room is the naming word and it is in singular form, that's why we can use was. Sheep is in plural form also, so we can use were with sheep. Why? Because sheep is with in plural form. Sheep in singular form also in plural form, but we are going to tell about here naming word in plural form we can use were. What? Were. So now we are going to learn about the uses of shall and will. Shall, will. Shall with I, will with you, will with he, will with she, will with it, shall with we, will with they, naming word, singular in form, will, naming word, plural, will. We can only use shall with I and shall with we. Now we are learning about the uses of did and had. Did and had. I did. You did. He did. She did. It did. We did. They did. Naming words, singular and in plural form. We can use did. Once again I am explaining here. Did is the helping verb which is useful in all pronouns. Which is useful with all pronouns and with all naming words. We can say did with all pronouns. With all pronouns and with all naming words. I think it is clear to you. Now we are going to learn about the uses of had. Had is useful with I had, you had, he had, she had, it had, we had, they had. Naming words which are in singular form and also in plural form, we can use had. It means had is useful with all the pronouns and with all naming words. There is no another option for had and there is no another option for did. Uses of did with all pronouns and with all naming words. Uses of had with all pronouns and with all naming words. It is clear? So I think this is the grammar for you to prepare for the basic knowledge. I think it is useful to you. If it is useful to you, please like this video, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you very much.